Like, it's horrible. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if you've been with us for a while, you'll know I can't remember how long ago it was, but I did some gel plate printing, which I absolutely loved. I thought it was a fantastic idea, and I thought it was only fair to whip out the gel plate again. And yeah, I thought we'd do some gel plate printing onto some t-shirts. I've got some fabric paint here, and I'm thinking and hoping this is gonna work okay. I have seen some people print onto fabric using this gel plate printing idea, and it turns out really good. So I'm just hoping I'm gonna have some nice clothes to wear. I could do with some nice clothes, to be fair. I think that rhymed. I proper love rhyming my words. I don't know why.
Because you're sad and lonely.
It's just fun, isn't it? And this better not be a disaster. I feel like every time I do some sort of like screen printing or something like that, or stenciling, it always goes wrong. For some reason, even knowing I almost always kind of read the instructions. But I don't know, I've got a good feeling about this one. Let's get fashionable.
Skanky. I think the clothes are a bit skanky.
Okay, so I think we'll start off with my first idea. In fact, give me 1 second. I'm gonna just do a little bit of secondary research just to make sure I've got it right. I think I do. I think I know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm like. Usually when I read instructions, I'm sure I'm like half asleep or something. See, the problem I usually have with printing is I never know what's gonna be kind of the foreground and what's gonna be the background. My brain, just for some reason, can't seem to process it. I don't know why.
Because you're an idiot.
I don't know, I think you have to think of things in reverse, and I can barely think of things the normal way, let alone in reverse. I think I know what I'm doing. So I'll prep my t-shirt first. So that's the back. I want the front, and I'm gonna stick a bit of cardboard underneath so I don't transfer it onto the other side. Right, move you to one side for now, and get my jelly plate out. And if you didn't see my last video, it's just like this weird kind of floppy jelly thing that you put stuff onto and you can print with. I'll leave a link up in a corner somewhere if you want to see the original video. And the last time I just did it on paper, I didn't do it on fabric. But this time I'm wanting to image transfer with my jelly plate, and I'm thinking I need to do a layer of colour first and then put my image down so it gives a negative, and then I need to go back in with another colour. I think that's right. I want the surrounding colour to be black, so I'll probably need to start off with black. Yes? I think that's right. And I'm hoping these textile paints are going to be decent, so I'm going to go for a bit of black. Right, I think that'll be enough. I don't want too much on. And then just roll that over our plate. I think I might have put a little bit too much on, but that's fine. And now I want to grab an image. And I've printed off me as a candy floss. Obviously it's in black and white, but the original one's in pink. And this is on a laser printed printer. So apparently you need this because that detail is going to come out on this. I think that's what I understand about this. I could be wrong. I've also got myself as a Terry's chocolate orange on the back, but that's for the next print. So we'll try the candy floss first. I don't know whether you're going to fit fully on here, but let's have a look. And just press you down. I really hope this works. I don't know what I'm really doing, but we'll see. And then peel you off. I didn't do anything. I don't think that was the right thing to do. I've literally just peeled all the paint off. How do you get this to work? I definitely know there's no image there, is there? I'm not blind. There's definitely nothing on there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to read some more instructions. That's not right. I have read instructions, believe it or not. I've read them twice and I still don't know what I'm doing. Is this a laser print image? I'm sure it is. It's like a toner. Yeah, that's right. There's definitely nothing on there, is there? I'm trying to think and I can't, my brain's not working. Let me try again, but with a thinner coat of paint. I think maybe I put too much on. I'm not gonna kind of press it too hard, I'll just press lightly. Just that, peel it straight off. I still don't think anything happened.
You think?
Right, I don't think I'm gonna go for image transfer because for some reason I can't seem to do it. I don't know whether it's the paper or whether it's the fabric paint I'm using, but for some reason it's not working. So instead, I'm just gonna do some nice abstract prints and we'll add some textures and stuff. I can't figure out the image transfer part. It's still gonna look really good though. Okay, so we'll go for a little bit of pink and a little bit of purple. And then what goes with pink and purple, we'll go for a bit of white. And to be fair, I'm more of an abstract person anyway, so I think I will like the abstract designs. But my original idea was to actually print some nice images, but we never know, this might miraculously have a print of my candy floss underneath. I don't think it's going to because I can't see anything, but you just never know.
Oh, we do.
And then roll this out. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. So take my jelly plate, grab my shirt, and then, and this is going to be a bit tricky, but we'll have to manage up and down. Imagine if the candy floss actually showed through this. How amazing would that be? I don't think it's going to. In fact, I know it's not going to. But you just never know, do you? We might all be very, very surprised. Right, moment of truth. Let's see what this is going to look like. I think this is actually going to look really cool. It doesn't look very cool. It looks so boring. What else could I do to that to make it look a bit more interesting?
Burn it.
That looks shite. And I've got a random black blob there. I tell you what, I'm going to get a paintbrush. Bear with us, I'm going to fix this. Because I know this looks a bit shitty, but because of that black blob, it needs to look intentional. So I'm thinking, if I get a bit of fabric paint and just kind of go around the outside, as if it's a poster, I don't know, kind of have like this graffiti black outline or something. I don't know, I'm just trying to make it make sense. I'm just thinking, you know, what happens if I do this? This might ruin it, but if I do some like kind of really angular, aggressive looking lines, just to make it look like, I don't know, a bit more creative. What about I go kind of through the print a bit? I know this is weird, just bear with us, I'm trying to make something happen here. Okay, well what we can say is no one's ever gonna have this t-shirt. It's very unique. I don't know whether I love it, and I don't fully understand what I was actually aiming for there. I think this one's gonna be called trying to fix a mistake or something. We're gonna have better luck with the next one though. I'm gonna put this to one side. I'm gonna stop adding to it because I know as soon as I get carried away, I'll just end up with like a t-shirt with loads of paint over it. And it just won't make sense. I know it won't. So let's grab a clean t-shirt before I ruin this one anymore. Okay, round two. And you know what? I've put that t-shirt to one side. I actually don't mind it. I think it's gonna look really nice when it's actually on. You know when sometimes you see something in the shop and you're like, it's horrible. But then you put it on, you're like, actually it's quite nice. I think that's what that t-shirt's gonna be. I think it's gonna look really fun once it's washed and like on my body. I think it's gonna look really nice. You're just gonna have to trust us. I don't trust myself, but you'll have to trust us. And it's actually inspired us because now I want to make more of like a graffiti, messy kind of design. That's why I'm keeping the gel plate how it is. So I'm not gonna clean it or anything. And we're gonna try something a little bit different. Definitely some different colors. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly wipe this paint off. I don't mind if all the colors kind of blend in and mix together. I want it to be really kind of rough and messy looking. Get this rolled. And then let's add some detail. I'm thinking, because I've got these like little tops from the bottles, I'm just going to kind of print them in and just make some like fun little patterns. See what happens. Just try and create a bit of texture, you know? And maybe just dab a bit off. See, I like doing this. This is more experimental and just a bit more exciting because you have no idea what it's going to actually look like. And I think it's really, really fun just pissing about with stuff. So now what I want to do, I'm going to take this top layer off. Hey, look at that. That's well fun. That's nice, isn't it? Just on its own. But then if we go back into this, we're going to get more and more layers. You know what? This could look actually really, really fun. And what I might do is just kind of carve a couple of like little marks in, just with the paintbrush. Because then it might match our other t-shirt, mightn't it? Grab a second t-shirt. Make sure we put the cardboard underneath. I also don't think any of these prints are going to be particularly straight, but that's fine. Right, and grab our jelly print. Oh my god, I can tell already that this one's going to look really, really cool. Okay, it's definitely a lot more interesting than the last one. I don't love the colours. It's a bit muddy. In fact, it's very muddy. Shall I go back in with the paintbrush? I'm kind of tempted. You know what? What happens if for this one, we do like a kind of drop shadow overlaid asymmetrical print? That's very fashionable. Yeah, shits and giggles. Let's go for it. See, this is why you don't take things too seriously. You just experiment and piss about and just hope for the best. Okay, it's different, isn't it? I still can't tell whether it's something I like or whether it's something I don't. You know what? We'll keep that one how it is and have something a little bit more minimal. And then the next one I'm just gonna go crazy and like really just proper go for it. I've had enough of being delicate with this thing. Now I'm on a mission to get like crazy shit. I want the whole t-shirt covered. That's what I want. The only thing I'm going to do is I definitely want to cover this corner again. This texture doesn't match up with the rest and it's really irritating us. I wouldn't have minded if everything was that texture, but nothing else is, and it's throwing it off. Right, perfect. Ah, look how cool it is. There's so much detail and so many like different effects and stuff, and it's very textured. I kind of just want to chuck paint at it though. I feel like I need to do more. I know that's shocking because I've done so much to it, but I feel like it needs just a little bit more and I don't know what. I'm thinking of getting the paint roller and just dragging just like some black paint down it. Oh, we'll just do it. We'll just do it. Why not? Sometimes you have to live on the dangerous side of life. So if we just get our black roller and just kind of drag it down. This was a great idea. This is exactly what it needed. Don't we think? We definitely think, don't we? That's what it was missing. 100%. That's exactly what it needed. I can't believe it. That one little just kind of dash has brought the entire thing together. Kind of looks like it's been run over by a car, but you know, I'm into that. I'm totally into that. Look at the state of my hands. I'm an absolute mess. I hope this washes out. But anyway, I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna wait till these fully dry and then I'm gonna wash them. And apparently these textile paints, you don't need to kind of set them with heat or anything. I've already read that. So fingers crossed we won't have any issues when it comes to the washing process, and I'll have 3 really unique, really cool t-shirts to show everyone. So it's a new day in the studio, and I finally have my t-shirts. They're all washed, dried, and they're not ironed because I couldn't be bothered. So let's try these on and see what these prints actually look like. See if it's all been worthwhile. I'm not gonna get undressed on camera, I'm just telling you that right now. I'm gonna go away in private and get them on. Don't want everyone looking at my naked body. Okay, so here's t-shirt 1, and I actually think it doesn't look too bad. Considering this got off to a rough start, I think I've kind of rescued it. I don't think the print looks too bad, and I kind of like this like weird graffiti kind of design I've made. One thing you'll find with these t-shirts, and you'll see it on the next one even worse, is the fabric paint that I've used. It's definitely worn off. It's faded a lot in the wash, and I only washed these on a very cold wash, and I put very little detergent in, and I washed them inside out, and I set the paint with an iron. So yeah, this fabric paint isn't the best fabric paint I've ever used, but I don't know, quite cute. I like it. And here's number 2, and I think this one is my least favourite one. I don't know, it doesn't look great. This one, by the way, was the one that I double printed, and as you can see, that second print, it's basically worn off. There's just some little speckles of print left. I don't love this one, but it is what it is. And finally, here's my 3rd gel printed t-shirt, which I think looks quite fun. It's a little bit dark for my liking. I prefer my clothing to be quite light. I don't know, it's a little bit muddy and rough, but I kind of like the sleeve detail. I think that's quite fun. And to be fair, I think my favourite t-shirt out of all of them is the one where it was a mistake. The mistake happened and I tried to fix it. I think this one actually worked the best. I'm still a bit gutted I couldn't figure out the image transfer for this gel print technique thing, but if you have any ideas on how to get that to work properly, or if you've noticed anything that's gone wrong, let me know in the comments, because I don't have a clue. But I think that just about does it for today's video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I did want to say a big thank you to Lynn for becoming an exclusive VIO, you very important orange you. And I'll see you next week for the continuation of Double December uploads. Exciting times. I know for a fact I'm gonna wash this t-shirt about 3 or 4 times. All of these t-shirts, to be fair, and they're gonna be back to very plain white t-shirts. I know it's not gonna last. I don't know why I can never find like a nice fabric paint that actually holds onto clothes. Maybe I should have used like an ink or a dye or something. I don't think fabric paint's the best option, but never mind. We'll see what happens.